Look at the cute logo.
I don't know what you just said.
I like the way it animates. It's nice, intro, outro.
I had a joke lined up, but I wasn't able to execute it well. I wanted to begin this in like Spanish or Dutch or something,
Yes.
just to give that full new Edge experience to everybody. And for those who don't understand the joke, yesterday Microsoft launched their brand new browser, and when everyone went to download it, it was kind of like rolling the dice on which language was actually going to install. So
yeah, as you pointed out, this close to a perfect launch.
This close, like they got a good
And
browser.
as I added to that, you only had 1 year to plan. You know.
It was, you guarantee, like they went through like, are all the bugs squashed? Yes. Do we have it loaded on the servers? Yes. Do we need to
Did
check
you put the
languages?
random
No.
statement in there to choose the language? Yep. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
What the hell? Oh boy.
But anyways, yeah, new Edge is out. You can go download it, install it, and do whatever you do on the browsers.
I assume that's been fixed, by the way. Right?
I would hope
it has
so.
to be. It has to be.
So, anyway, there's that. That was kind of the big news.
Yeah.
Other than Mozilla laying off 70 people, which coincidentally is the same day Microsoft launched a browser.
I know. Tough timing on that one, huh?
Yeah, I don't think that was intentional, but...
No. Although, actually, for them, you have to announce it at some point.
Yeah.
It's not a bad day to do it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for these jerks rallying around Chrome, maybe we'd have some money.
Yeah, I don't know what their other... I don't even know how they make money other than through selling the whatever default search engine spot, but
well, they're trying to move to some subscription services, which to me are kind of vague, but I guess they haven't either taken off or even been released yet, so they're not on that path yet. Well, it's like any company that is overly reliant on one revenue source. They're trying to diversify to withstand the impact of, and I think Chrome becoming dominant has obviously impacted their revenues in major ways, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel bad for those guys. I like Mozilla. I like the whole idea of it. I like the ideals of it. I would use Firefox if they would just support that app pinning thing we were just talking about before the show started. Like I really like and rely on that, and I think that's the future of web apps. I don't understand why they're not doing that, but
yeah, they're in an interesting spot right now because obviously browsers have been free for a very long time, but Chrome is just kind of eating the world.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
So I don't know if Microsoft can't compete. It will be interesting to see how they're able to survive.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's hard for them because that's their business.
Right.
If Edge doesn't take off in any meaningful way, Microsoft continues. This is kind of the opposite of this thing that someone, I always keep going back to this. I should find the original quote. I thought this is an interesting conversation about ecosystems and choosing products and services and things. And what he was basically saying was that it's insane to choose like an Apple music service or a Microsoft video service or whatever, because these tech giants are just checking off boxes. They're building out an ecosystem, but that's not their core business. You should, and I'm not saying I agree with this, and I certainly don't agree with this in some specific cases, but you should choose Dropbox, not OneDrive, because that is the business. You should choose, Spotify, not another music service, because that is their business. The idea being that they'll care, they'll respond more, et cetera, et cetera. So, anyway, that's a debate. It's a conversation, but Mozilla, this is their business. They don't have like an insurance company over on the side generating income. Like this is what they do.
Like Sony.
Like Sony, yeah. And soon to have a car company, apparently.
Although I like that. So I would welcome the Sony car. I'd be curious.
Sony car. I got it. Well, this is me being a middle-aged man, but I am more and more inclined to less technology, especially in cars. And I think we've talked about this notion that like if you ever watch any like action movie, like John Wick is like this, or any action movie, like the hero always drives a classic muscle car, and these are mechanical. There is no computer anything in it, There's a carburetor.
Mhm.
It doesn't even have fuel injection or whatever. And I get that. Like
Yeah.
I get it. We wrote. I was writing about the whole house audio thing and the speakers, and I wrote up the Bluetooth one because it happened so quickly, and I was reminded of the problems I have with Bluetooth. Right. So when I'm listening to audio in the car from my phone through the Bluetooth system in the car, I pull into the garage, and the audio cuts out. Now I've had enough experience by this point that I knew exactly what had happened. It
Mhm.
was playing on the new Bluetooth thing I had put in the sunroom, which is, 20 or 30 feet from the garage. That's stupid. Like that's just stupid. But I put this in the comments today. Someone reminded me of this. One day I pulled into my garage and I wasn't listening. I don't know if I was or was. It doesn't matter. I don't remember if I was listening to anything. But my wife was upstairs in her office on the phone. And when I pulled into the garage, her phone connected to the car's
Oh, yeah.
Bluetooth, and I started hearing their conversation.
Mhm.
And it's like, this system is broken. Okay. Just broken. And I mean, I had to reboot my computer before we recorded today because I didn't change anything, but for some reason you're calling me and I'm clicking the connect button and it won't connect. And I'm like, I'll just reboot and we'll see how that does. Of course it worked. Of course that works.
Because you're on an unsupported version of Windows.
Okay. That could be little random gremlins they're throwing in
Mhm.
there just to make it the experience worse. I wish it was that purposeful.
It would be. I can't give Microsoft that much credit.
No.
I will say, though, that for the exact reason you just described with Bluetooth, that is the reason why my phone is not paired with my wife's car.
That's just irritating. Oh, the other one by the way, this happens all the time. I joke about it when I get in the car. It's not really a joke. Like I hate it. If let's say my wife and I are going to go out on a Friday night, or we had people over and we're taking our car to go to some restaurant or whatever it is. I get in the car and I will say to whoever I'm with, if there's someone else, let's see what randomly plays this time. And what will happen is 3 out of 4 of the times, the car will connect to my phone and start playing some media. It could be a podcast. It could be music. It could be an audiobook. It is not always the last thing I was listening to, which is what makes this unbelievable. The unreliability of that connection is also unbelievable because it doesn't do it every single time. It does it most of the time. I don't want it to ever do that. I mean, I don't understand. What is this? What is this thing? Why? It's like it's possessed. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, since we're complaining about cars, here's the other fun thing, which I don't have to deal with this. Most people won't have to ever deal with this anymore. It's kind of a legacy thing. So my car is a 08 or 09, and it has a factory nav. Never been updated.
Wow. Factory nav. Is it like an old English text, like it looks like a scroll?
There's just a guy in there
It's like a map of Middle Earth.
Spinning the globe. But you can quite literally see like how the roads have changed because you'll be driving like that road isn't there anymore. Like
right.
It works for the highways.
I used to do these road shows a million years ago with Mark Manassi, and Mark was an early GPS enthusiast, and so this was well before cars had it. It was well before the phones were even existed, and you'd have to buy these really expensive devices. And he would travel with it on a plane so that he could put it in the rental car and use. He thought this was the greatest thing in the world. And we were, at one time I was driving up. I was in Phoenix, and I had lived in Phoenix, and this is after I lived in Phoenix, I think. But Phoenix had built a ring road basically, and it wasn't in the GPS. And so we're driving up the eastmost of part of it, and it's like warning. It was like freaking out because it thought we were like in the middle of nowhere, and we're on this beautiful, brand new super highway, but didn't know anything about it.
That's what it's like. It's like. I mean, the dealership wants some like astronomical amount of money to upgrade. I'm like, nah. Plus, we don't take my car on road trips anymore, anyways. We take my wife's, which has CarPlay. So
I maybe this exists. I mean, maybe I'm just because I really don't know. We don't have a newer car, so. I think what a lot of people would like is just to have that screen be in the car, but just have it be whatever you're using on your phone. I would like if I choose to use Google Maps. I mean, I know there's Android Auto and CarPlay and everything, but I want that thing on the screen, and I want it to be that big, and I want it to be touch, I guess, if that's important. And
Yeah, the newer cars are starting to do. Teslas are like that. It's just effectively Google Maps. I think Audi's and the Volkswagen Group, I think, is starting to go towards just, hey, it's just Google Maps. Like, that's what people want. Why even screw around?
Yeah, but right.
No.
Anyway,
Anyway,
doesn't matter. I'm never gonna. I don't. It doesn't matter anymore for me. I don't care. I'm giving up on.
Paul's packing it in, and so are we. We'll catch all of you right back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time, because tomorrow's Friday, thank goodness, which means it's a live show provided the interwebs is working.